Dear gossip girlies, story seekers, let's get ready for this week's deep dish. On Cocoa Confessions with Cate, your anonymous stories come to the surface. We'll laugh, we'll cry, and you will definitely experience some secondhand embarrassment. So grab your cocoa and cozy up. Hi and welcome back to the It's a Girl Thing podcast. It's me, Cate, and we're here for another week of Cocoa Confessions. I've got a couple of good ones lined up for you, and the magical wheel of destiny has given us our numbers, which are entry 9 and 26 today. And I've got my fabulous observers who are actually chilling on my bed today. They're fully set up, snuggly buggly, ready to go. One of them has literally a whole carton of milk, and it's a look and a half to say the least. So yeah, if you're enjoying the show, especially if you're enjoying our confessions, don't forget to leave a rating and a review, because it helps more people find us and helps more people submit their confessions for you to listen to. So let's get right into it. Entry number 9. Okay, mine's kind of long, and English is not my first language, so sorry for the mistakes. Just a precursor. So basically, I have a trio group, and they're like my main friends, but I'm still friends with other people though. Let's call them Mia and Nina. The problem is that Nina is a pathological liar. I feel like we've all known a pathological liar at one point or another that you've come across. I knew one. One of the kids in my film class was. Have either of you known a pathological liar? I feel like it's somebody you're always going to come across at some point or another. It's so annoying. Everything she says, I doubt about it. Then I feel bad for doubting her, but she keeps lying. To be fair, I feel like that's the whole problem. I don't hugely have I have a problem with people who are pathological liars, but my main problem is the fact that you can't trust a single thing that comes out of their mouth. Their mum could be dying, and they will tell you that, and you'll be like, but are they actually? Yeah, yes, that's a great example. It's like the boy who cried wolf. For example, she showed me and Mia a picture of her ex-boyfriend. But when you search pretty 14-year-old boy, it is literally the first picture that appears. My problem is if you're going to do something like that, you've actually got to go for a good scroll, go through a few side clicks as well, click on it and then click related images and then ping, ping, ping. No, I haven't done this before. That's not why I'm suggesting these things. But I feel like you don't ever use the first few images that come up if you're going to use them as an example, because you're going to get called out on it. Mia once tried to say to her, you know you don't have to lie to me and ... we're going to listen to your stories anyways. And she started crying. And she told us she would tell us why she was doing that. Why do people be pathological liars? Is there some underlying trait? Do they just have this need for the attention? Or it seems like it would be an attention-seeking thing, but I guess like everything, not everyone's the same. And then, where are we at? She never did. Wait, so she said she was going to... I feel like that goes with the whole theme. Lying, lying, lying. The fact that she said she was going to tell you why she was lying all the time, and she just never did. And keeps getting on my nerve. And I know I should ignore her, but I don't know. I hate liars. What should I do if we're going for the exact wording of the... I personally, if somebody was going to consistently lie to me all the time, they're not really a friend because, like you said, you're not trusting what she says. I'm not really sure there's much point in continuing a friendship where you can't trust what they're saying. I don't necessarily mean cut her off entirely, but be an acquaintance. Take a step back, work on yourself, your other friendships, Mia, if that may be what it is, and then if she gets better and if she tells you why she's doing it, then you can once again, I think it definitely does come back to also how long you've known somebody. Because especially imagine if you've known somebody since you were 3 years old, been your best friend your entire life, and then all of a sudden they just start lying to you and nothing else. Okay, so that was entry 9. Let's go to entry 26. Oh, this will be interesting. I see the first sentence. I am a sleepwalker. Ever since I was a little girl, I've heard countless stories about what I get up to in my sleep by my terrified parents and friends. Fair enough, this will be interesting. But this story tops them all. Oh gosh. We're in for a ride, I think. For context, this takes place in primary school, and I was about 10 years old. I'm now late high school age, and this story still haunts me. Wait, I see. Ooh. So I was on a school trip for a dance competition I was in, and I was sleeping in a cabin with my 4 friends. I'm going to call them Caitlin, Jenny, and Lola. So we were happily sleeping, and my friend Caitlin wakes up. Being in the bunk next to mine, she looks across the room and sees I am not in my bed. Going on an adventure. See, if you didn't know that they sleepwalked, my first thought would be that she'd snuck out to, see somebody. Weirdly, my pillow and sleeping bag were gone too. Really going for a mission. Confused, Caitlin woke up Jenny and Lola and told them about the situation. Haha, Abby, you're right. Jenny had thought I just went to the restroom, but Caitlin reminded her that that wouldn't add up, with the pillow and sleeping bag not being there anymore. I guess, you're so cold that you're like, yes, let me just bring my entire bed to the bathroom with me. After trying to figure it out and thinking of nothing, my 3 worried friends decided to work up the guts to tell our teacher chaperones who were on the trip. They woke them up and everyone started frantically searching. Imagine not knowing that you caused all this drama because you're just chilling, asleep. At this point, it was around 3:45 in the morning, and the teachers were not having it. I would be so pissed, even as a teacher chaperone. Especially, they were there for a dance competition too. They start competing at 9 in the morning and everybody's had how many hours of sleep? 4? As everyone was searching, Lola noticed something horrifying. The door to the whole cabin thing was unlocked and slightly open. This caused a whole new element of drama as people started waking up from the fuss, and they had to search inside and outside the whole campground. I would not want to be the parents receiving a call being like, we lost your child. As somebody was searching around the activity area, they noticed that the community pool gate was wide open. That could end really badly. Oh, okay, here we go. Luckily I had not drowned. Hooray! I'm just giving the vibes. The search continued and people started to get very worried. I would be too. 3:45 in the morning and you're missing a student. Thoughts of calling my parents who were halfway across the country were being thrown round. That's even worse. And yeah, that's true. And it's the middle of the night. There's not exactly going to be much in the way of flights. But just as it all started to escalate, I was found lying in the bed of another girl on the trip. Giving this serene, I'm just imagining the small Victorian child just chilling in somebody else's bed. I had taken my sleeping bag and pillow with me on my little journey and taken over her bed while she was still in it. Let's call her Claire. If we forward to me during this whole situation, I was having the absolute sleep of my life. And as I woke up, I saw the girl and was hella confused and said, Claire, what are you doing in my room? I love how unaware she is. As I became more aware of my surroundings, I noticed that none of these girls were Caitlin, Jenny, or Lola. It was the most awkward moment of my life. As I left the room and revealed to all the searchers, I was showered with, OMG, you're alive! And we've been looking for you! Where were you? I was so unaware of the absolute mayhem I had just caused to my friends and the poor teachers. From that day forward, my mum had to add May Sleepwalk onto all of my trip medical forms, just to give everyone an extra heads up. I wonder if they knew she sleepwalked before this incident, or whether it was so minor incidents that it was never registered. Well, did you guys have to have anything interesting ever added onto your school trip medical forms? The funniest thing I put on my school trip medical form, dietary requirements, no corned beef. It's the one food I can't stomach to be polite. I can just about force myself to eat anything else. It's the one food I just can't do the texture, the taste, anything about it. But the funniest part was when the teacher rocks up in the van and goes, is everyone set? Everyone got everything that they needed on their forms? And he goes, and then while we're in the van, he goes, and just in case whoever's form it was, we are not having corned beef on this trip, so you don't have to worry. And everyone's laughing, and I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. It's I'm sorry, but I didn't really want to have to be rude. Especially the funniest part though was it was also a trampy style camp. So we were like rock climbing, mountain biking, and all these other things. So it was unlikely that they were going to be serving corned beef. But I did not want to take my chances. So yeah, well, that's our confessions for today. I got a good bit of entertainment out of that. I've never sleepwalked. I've sleep talked before though. I used to say some interesting things. So yeah, thanks for joining us on today's episode of Coco Confessions. If you enjoyed the stories, don't forget to tell a friend, leave a review, and don't forget to come back next week. If you haven't already submitted your stories, you can find the link in the show notes. Head over there or to my social media on any platform at It's a Girl Thing Pod, and you can submit your stories there, and we'll hopefully feature you in a coming episode. Bye bye! I hope you enjoyed your weekly dose of Coco and Confessions. If you enjoyed today's stories, make sure to tune in same time, same place, same Coco next week. And if you have a story of your own to share, make sure you head on over to the submission form, fill that out, and I hope to feature you soon. Toodles!